Hi, welcome to this edition of Real Estate Gumbo. I'm your host, Joe Meir with Joseph Meir & Associates Appraisal Services, and today we're going to be talking about why is it so important for the real estate agent and the appraiser to communicate effectively during the appraisal process. I know there's a lot of myths out there about whether or not the appraiser can talk to the agent or the agent can talk to the appraiser. Today we're going to clear those myths up. So, pull up a chair, gather your ingredients, maybe pour a cold one. Let's get to cooking.
This is Real Estate Gumbo with Joe Meir. Joe's been appraising residential properties, vacant land, and multifamily homes on the North Shore for 27 years now and wants to share what he's learned with you. Learn the process from real estate trends through the appraisal to location, location, location. It's what you need to know before someone hands you a front door key. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, you've come to the right table. Pull up a chair. Let's get the roux going. Stir the pot. It's Real Estate Gumbo. Here's Joe Meir.
Well, welcome to this episode of Real Estate Gumbo. I hope you've been enjoying our previous episodes, but today's episode is going to be titled Straight Talk. So, can appraisers talk to the real estate agents during the appraisal process? I know there's a bunch of myths out there that agents cannot talk to the appraiser, and although it is illegal to coerce an appraiser with regards to value, there's no restriction in sharing information with that appraiser and giving them as much information as possible. There are a lot of ways that we can look at how we can communicate, and let's talk about a few of those ways. First of all, we both play an essential role in the process of buying and selling real estate. Agents play a role of representing the buyers and the sellers involved with the purchasing and selling of real estate, and it's really critical that we communicate together. Now, on appraisers, on the second hand, appraisers play a specific role also, and that is to be the independent, impartial, and objective third-party part of the process. So, as appraisers come in to look at a home, they are not in any way incentivized to do anything except determine the fair market value of the home. So I just want to be clear that it is okay for agents to communicate with appraisers. In fact, they should feel empowered to supply relevant information about the property, terms of the sale, applicable comparable data, maybe things that they may have used in their CMA. The appraiser can review all that information. The appraiser is still going to do their own research and their own comparable data analysis, but all those things have valuable information that the agent can share with the appraiser. Maybe it's evidence of notable renovations that have been done recently. Maybe it's homes in the neighborhood that may have sold that were distressed properties that wasn't reflective in the MLS, but homeowners have personal information about homes across the street or down the street that may have been a distressed property due to a death in the family or some other financial condition that home was not an arm's length sale. Additional useful data could include records that categorize the maintenance and upkeep of the home, such as replacement of major appliances, mechanical systems such as air conditioners and heating systems, or when the roof was replaced. All these different things are valuable information that the appraiser would love to have that information. I know there's been many times that there's been comments made that, well, I can't talk to the appraiser. Well, you absolutely can talk to the appraiser and give them valuable information when it comes to the home that you're representing. But there are some things that we do need to kind of communicate, ways that we need to avoid communicating, such as asking the appraiser to determine a particular price on a home. In other words, you need this price on that property. Discussions like that need to be avoided. That's called influencing the appraiser. Or there's been times that we've gotten reports that appraisers have been told that they would not receive future orders or assignments if the appraisal does not come in at a certain value. Again, that is definitely something you want to avoid and not tell appraisers because that is voiding the independent part of the process. But also not allowing certain appraisers to make an appraisal appointment because maybe in the past some deals did not work because the value was not there. Again, these are all things that you would want to avoid so that you are not in jeopardy of causing an appraiser independence violation. Real estate professionals are legally barred from any communication with an appraiser that's intended to unduly influence the outcome of the appraisal. While it might be obvious that coercing an appraiser's off limits, it's always a good idea for agents and brokers to make sure an appraiser or regulator couldn't interpret their communications as an attempt to impartially influence an appraisal. So, just to recap, it's okay to talk to the appraiser. It's okay to communicate things to the appraiser. You just want to make sure you're not crossing that line of influencing the value. So I hope that answers the questions in reference to can appraisers and agents communicate during the appraisal process and buying and selling of a home. You absolutely can. So hang in there. I know things are real busy right now. If you've got questions, post them below. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page. Send us your questions. We'd be happy to maybe address them in a future episode. So keep on cooking. This is Joe Meir with Joseph Meir & Associates. Talk to you next time.
You've been listening to Real Estate Gumbo with your host, Joe Meir. Thanks for sharing this bowl of great Southern fare we call real estate. Tune in next time as we spice it up with topics that'll help you make a delicious real estate deal in the future. Remember that Real Estate Gumbo can be found online at larealestategumbo.com. If you'd like to contact our host, visit joemeir.com. See you next week. Thanks for listening.
Real Estate Gumbo is providing this podcast as a public service, but it is neither a legal interpretation nor a statement of housing policy. While we often discuss current events and cite sources that are both conventional and unconventional media sources, these are opinions. While I always strive for accuracy, I can and will be wrong at times, as any honest human will have to admit to. Reference to any specific product or entity does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation by Joseph Meir & Associates. Views and expressions by Real Estate Gumbo and Joseph Meir & Associates are only their views and should not be used for any financial decisions.